Yo, it's me. Hi. And today I'm wearing a t-shirt. It's very apt for my little YouTube fetish. Very minor celebrity. I like it. Video response to Mr. of the South. Does the world need Optimus Prime? Does the world need Optimus Prime? Inherently, the answer is no. As I think the lion's share of people don't give a cucking funt about Transformers. If you are one of that minority that does like red and blue robots, then yes, Optimus Prime is in the real world kind of like the reason he's the reason why people still get a 1979 Mark II Ford Escort and do it up and make it look pretty. People will always like the first. The first is always, in many ways, the best. And not necessarily true, because if you were to equate, I'm going to equate it to cars, because cars is something else that I know about, and it's just a good simile. Use the word simile. If you know about cars, then you know that the current Focus RS is a pretty neat piece of kit. It's a pretty damn good toy, okay? If you can afford to spend the 35 grand that it costs to buy one of those, then you know that if you put that next to the most highly modified Mark II 1979 Ford Escort, it's never going to be as good. That Escort is going to be by far and away a worse car. It's never going to be the same. However, if you were to ask any car enthusiast, if you were to sit them next to each other, they would still want to drive both. They would, because people like nostalgia. People don't like the car. People like the memory that that car comes with. They like the feeling that it evokes when you see it. I mean, my ultimate car would be it wouldn't even be the RS2000, it would be a 79 RS Mexico 1.8 pushrod with beautiful black Mexico stripes down the side. Oh, even just the thought of it now is giving me a little bit. I had a Mark II Escort and it was only a 1.3, but I painted it yellow and it was shit, but it was brilliant. And exactly that little excited feeling that I got then is exactly why people would love to drive the old car just as much as they'd like to drive the new one. That is Optimus Prime. Now, Prime is slightly different because he is forever being rewritten and changed and brought up to date and modified. And that's okay, there's nothing wrong with that at all, because through the whole theology, mythology, canon of Transformers, Prime's always been the definitive good guy, and he's always played a similar character, and it's only recently that things have started to sway a little bit from that original character that people always used to love. And okay, I'm going to use the example, give me your face. Okay, 80s Prime was bold and he was a leader and he was thoughtful and kind and put others before himself and did all of that stuff that's synonymous with the Optimus Prime character. Now, to ask the question, does the world still need Optimus Prime, I think we kind of answer our own question in the backlash that happened to Revenge of the Fallen when he went badass. Optimus Prime suddenly went, "Give me your face." And as soon as he did that, off came the Fallen's face, spraying bits of Transformer blood, piston fluid, whatever it is, spraying all over the place. The Fallen shall rise again. Not today. That, people didn't like that. Why didn't they like that? It's not Optimus Prime. It's not what we know to be Optimus Prime, and it's that little emotional contact. It's that little bit Optimus Prime heartstrings. That little thing is exactly why the world still needs Optimus Prime. However, the world can do without Optimus Prime, only in that there is now, for the first time in probably a long time, including Beast Wars where you had Optimus Primal and all that sort of stuff, now is probably the first window of opportunity that something else has happened to come to the fore to really open up a new hero. And that was probably the Wreckers. Because, and something has come to light recently that has probably opened up the ability to have a new icon of Autobot hero-iness. Two things have happened. One, the Last Stand of the Wreckers. The Last Stand of the Wreckers has become such a massive underground hit that, from the sound of it, from watching the videos that people did at Auto Assembly with the people who drew it and wrote it and did the scripts and stuff like that, which I've watched, I sat happily for like 59 minutes and just watched people talk about drawing cartoons. The way people have grabbed it and run with it and embraced it has to be kind of, and I hate to use the phrase because it's probably well beyond my understanding of what stuff is and to really get to grips with it. However, it shows a real opening in the community to embrace something new, even though it's old. Wreckers occurs within the G1 community. And you've got Cup in there and you've got Springer in there, but you've got lots of people that I've not really heard of before, people that weren't in the '86 film. Yet that seems to have become a real hero worship, to use the phrase fan wank. Now, the fan wank thing is absolutely fantastic because in itself has opened up a need for more stuff that is a bit more real in a made-up universe. People are obviously looking for blood and guts and gore and stuff like that in a medium where you can get away with blood and guts and gore purely on the basis that they are not real blood and they are not real guts because they are robots. And if you cut a robot's leg off, what are you going to do? Screw another one on. It's a bloody robot. If you cut someone's leg off, if you cut a human being's leg off, then it's slightly more gruesome, because we all know in the back of our minds that at some point that leg's they're going to have to try and reattach it, and if it doesn't come off they're going to end up like that bloke off Big Brother, and then he'll have a wheelchair, and will his wheelchair transform into anything? Hey, will he put stupid stickers on it? And will he learn to play basketball and grow really big muscly arms? I digress, but you see what I mean, yeah? Because they are robots, you can have a lot more dark undertones to your Transformers, and then if you do dark undertones to your Transformers stories, we are now getting into the realms of Batman, that I think otherwise, apart from Transformers, which is all I'm really into, but Batman is exceptional when it comes to fiction, because it's not, here I am to save the day, it's, I'm Batman, nobody really likes me, no one kind of understands who I am, I've got some amazing films behind me, and I've got some really good fiction and comic books. And cartoons. Batman cartoons played at 8:30 on a Saturday morning, but the undertones to them are really, really dark. He hides around in the shadows, no, he doesn't really want anyone to see him, yet he'll come along and whoop your ass properly, big time. I think the other real iconic hero that's come out recently, and something that's, again, fan wank, sorry, used the phrase, and something that I'm really waiting to turn up for next week. Sorry, I've got the plague at the moment. Ex-Decepticon, okay, changed his mind, came to the Autobots, came to fight on the side of good. Extremely good warrior, could never kick his ass because he's got swords and he can do Metallicato, and to use the I laugh, I messes him, Metallicato, boo! Drift is a bad guy, changed his mind, gone good, which essentially kind of makes him an underdog. And we love underdogs, whether you're in the UK or the US or you're in Japan or whatever. People love underdogs, people love the bad guy come good, except for people who love the Decepticons, and then it's probably not quite so good. The fact that Drift has a really good toy has only highlighted who he... I didn't know who Drift was before the whole thing came out, and I wasn't really that bothered, because the toy's... Yeah, alright, the toy's amazing. But the toy wouldn't be amazing if you didn't know what Drift was, and if there hadn't been such a big story and to do about who he is, why he is who he is, and probably the fact that it came from a comic. Again, a dark underground comic that wasn't full of la la la, good guys win in the end, ho 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 ho, at the end, 80s American cartoon crap. Real life. Real life. Good and bad, winning and losing. I mean, look at all this crap in Afghanistan. All the Americans are leaving. Is that a victory? Is that really a victory? Can we really say that we've achieved what we wanted to do? But, as an undertone of that, we've brought an element of that nothing is black and white. It's predominantly good, but quite a lot of bad. And it's that that's come into the comic books recently, and it's that that's come into the fiction and the fan fiction and stuff like that, that seems to really be bringing the Transformers world to life a little bit. Yes. Yes, the world still needs Optimus Prime. Yes. Yes, the world still needs Optimus Prime. But the biggest thing is that we have recently discovered space for other people. And I think that's what's going to take... That's what's going to take the teenagers of today, the 8 to 10-year-olds that are buying up all of these bloody Bumblebee moulds. They're the ones that we're going to have to keep interested when they're getting in their early 20s or mid-30s like I am. 29 again and again and again and again. They're the ones that we need to keep interested. They're the important ones. They're the ones that the fiction needs to hold out from now until then, so they can come back and go, oh, do you remember that Drift toy came out? And it's like 80 quid on eBay because it was the toy to have at the time and stuff like that. This is probably one of the big, for me, I think recently in the last year or so, with all the new stuff that's come out from Hasbro, all the toys that aren't crappy at all, but all of the attention to detail that the toys have a really good character to go with them, instead of just going, okay, Hot Rod was the saviour of the 86 movie, therefore we'll bust the toy out really quickly, it'll have no articulation and look like a camper van. Now, if they're going to do a toy, there's a pretty good backstory behind it. There's a reason it's taken from a comic book, it's taken from a fanfic, it's taken from some nice, stable, not set in stone, but nice sturdy base to build from, and wound into being a character and a toy. And as I've always said, and I like to say, it's that bit between your eyes taking in what it sees on the telly, your imagination going, I really like that, and your hand holding a toy, and all of a sudden that line between the toy and the brain seems all the smaller because you're holding that toy going, ooh, ah, give me your face. That's why. That's what it is. I've quite enjoyed this ramble. I don't know if it's going to make any sense. It's going to be a pig to edit. John of the South, this is your reply to your good and very robust question. And to all of the people that haven't seen John of the South's original video, it's going to be in my crotch. And to all the people that haven't seen it, go and watch it. And to all the people that probably wouldn't see it because you wouldn't ever watch his channel, but you possibly watch mine, then you need to go and watch his video as well. I feel shit. I've had a really horrible day and I don't feel very well. So I think I'm going to bunk off tomorrow. I might phone in sick, sorry. SMS number 1. Peace.